Yo, what's up, Facebook?
Facebook world.
Hey, Ricky V, my boy
Peyton P.
We just reunited here in Utah.
We had to have some smash burger.
We were snacking, having some smash burger, hanging out, and wanted to put a Facebook Live together and go into some history of our network marketing career, because I met Peyton, when was that?
2010, I believe.
We met 2010, and there we go. We met in 2010, you all, and we blew up international like crazy.
Peru.
How old were you at the time?
24 or 23 maybe?
He was 23, I was 22.
Yep.
And we got started in the same network marketing company.
Yep.
He was my upline above me, and we were hustling some powder.
No skill related, just by virtue.
No skills, no nothing. We started with the same network marketing company in our early 20s, and we skyrocketed international growth, and that's why I named this International Gangsters, okay? So real quick, tell me why you're in the industry.
I got in the business because my first dilemma in life was I loved to go skiing, and I moved to Utah to go skiing, and what happens when you love to go skiing? Skiing takes a lot of time. All the good days are never on weekends, and even if they are, then a bunch of people are usually up at the hill already. So you got to have time freedom to go skiing. And so what a lot of people do in the ski world is that they either work odd jobs, become servers, work in the summers, try to save up money. And I realized that I also had this quality of life that I thought was cool. Like, I thought snowmobiles and trucks were cool and nicer houses. And so I realized that I needed money and time freedom. And I didn't even know that I was asking it. I was just a ripe young college kid. But a friend of mine called me up from high school and started telling me about an opportunity. And I was in on the first phone call. I did not understand it.
Me too.
At all.
But
I was like, that sounds like a cool idea. And that was where it all started.
It's all freedom. I just wanted to be rich. It doesn't, even if I was a slave, I just wanted to be a rich slave, right? Like, it didn't matter. I just wanted to make money. I was young, wanted to make money. I saw network marketing, and I was like, dude, this is freaking dope. We're going to make some big stuff happen here. And so I'll get into how we actually blew up a massive team out in Peru very quick. It actually spread into Colombia, and it spread into Mexico. We have the original OG story of how we smuggled product through customs, right?
We did, in duffel bags.
In duffel bags.
With a crew of people.
An 8-hour flight with duffel bags into Peru.
Yeah.
Okay? Smuggling product. But I wanted to put this together for a couple reasons, and again, if you find value in this Facebook Live, share it with other people, comment below. If you're still excited and if you're still committed to making 2018 the greatest, the baddest, the sexiest year of your life, drop a 1 below.
Yeah, 1111111.
11111, because there's 6 months left before the year is over.
There's so many things that I could go off on thinking about that, but the first thing that I think about that comes to mind is we've been around this game for a long time, and one of the things that I constantly think about is, what is the difference between the people who show up and go up and the people who never find their voice, that never start going forward? And I think back to that trip in Peru, and now sometimes when we tell the story, people think, okay, well, wow, you had this organization down there, you had people to take product to, all these different things. Total transparency, here's how I wound up on that trip. They were planning the trip. Ricky had been doing a bunch of legwork, putting some people together. There were some other people we were working on, and literally I walked in while they were buying plane tickets, and they said, I said, what are you guys doing? They said, we're getting tickets to Peru. I said, I want to go to Peru. They said, get a ticket. It's like $500. And I was like,
let's go.
Can I go? And I'm like, okay, I'm going. So boom, international networking in Peru. I mean, there's so many times in this business where the leaders just volunteer themselves into a position of leadership. That's it. It's just a decision to do it.
You got to get it. So we joined this company, and so I had this thought. I don't know why I had this thought, but I had this thought of like, this would be an interesting product if we launch it out in Peru. That was like my first thought process. This was my first week in the business 8 years ago. Okay, I was like, you know what? This product would do good overseas. So I made one phone call. I made one phone call to one person in Peru. Okay, just one phone call, and I said, listen, there's this product. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a networker back then. This was my first week in the industry. And I said, you know what? I got this product. I don't know if you guys do network marketing out in Peru. Like, I was that naive. I mean, everybody does MLM overseas because it's an opportunity where most people overseas only earn $300-400 a month. This is the average household income.
Yeah.
So they're hungry for opportunity. So I called this person in Peru. I said, hey, can you introduce me to somebody that does this network marketing thing? We get on the phone and they're excited. They're excited about the business. They're excited about the product. They're excited to do something. So I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. You're all going to enroll, but we're not open in Peru yet. So you all need to place orders for your product and put my house address as a shipping address. And 3 weeks goes by and there's probably 300 to 400 boxes of product in my basement. Hundreds, right?
I mean, literally
hundreds.
We had to unpack the product out of the boxes to stuff it in literally 25-pound duffel bags, multiple duffel bags. We're offloading them into the Peruvian Lima International Airport, trying to figure out how we're going to get through customs, you know. It probably was way less conspicuous than it sounds like, but, you know, we're young and excited. Now, here's another thing is people ask all the time, how do you create influence in the business, right? How do you get people to listen to you? So we're planning this trip. Ricky's enrolling these people, and I said, what am I doing the whole time? I'm calling every other person that I've talked to about the opportunity that's part of my organization in different places. I'm saying, this is blowing up, we're going to Peru. This is blowing up, we're going to Peru. Influence came as a result of making moves, right? And sometimes we feel like we have to have a huge check, or we feel like we have to have some huge pin title in our business, or something that's larger than life. But the reality is you just need to be moving. You need to be moving and shaking. And when you do that, the law of attraction, the law of inertia is going to start to allow you to develop influence, as long as you use it to your advantage. I wasn't lying. I wasn't saying that anything was happening that wasn't. I wasn't saying that income was crazy. Nothing like that. I was sharing my enthusiasm based off of what was happening, and that started to create this aura of, oh, Peyton's a leader, he's building a business, Ricky's a leader, they're building a business, and it kind of started to make waves through the whole company.
Yeah, I think we have like 300 or 400 people in the network. And at the time, my check was $7. My commission check was $7. I think Peyton had made more, but my biggest commission check was $7. Yet we'd brought together 400 people in under 30 days in a completely different country. This is my first month in networking, so we're like, hey, what happens now? We get together with a group of buddies. We stuff product in duffel bags. Okay, this is product that's not registered at the time, so we had to sneak it through customs. And technically not sneak it, but in customs they have this like green light, red light at customs. So if you cross the border and it gets to a red light, you got to open up your bag. And if they see that it's product that's not registered, they throw it away. Yeah. So we were risking a lot. I mean,
hundreds and hundreds of dollars of product per bag.
People were counting on us because it was product that had been bought already. So we had to make sure it got into the hands of the people. Luckily, we got green lights, right?
Yeah.
We got green lights, and this was the most interesting part, and this is why everyone should go out and build an international business. We get to Peru, and we tell everybody that the meetings are going to start at 8 in the morning. Okay, at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, we had rented this 14th floor high-rise condo in Miraflores, which is like the kind of the nice district of Lima. And our plan was to be there and to do presentations, and we're going to start at 8 in the morning.
8 in the morning, and this was kind of surprising because Hispanics, at least Peruvians, like if you say 8 in the morning, it's more like 10. But lo and behold, at 8 in the morning, there are...
Crystal, totally like We Are the Millers. Just assume the role, man. Might as well have been an RV.
Hey, drop a 2 below if you're enjoying this Facebook Live, because we're not even wrapping it up yet. But drop a 2 if you're getting value from this. Drop a 2 if you like these two homies right here, Peyton P, Ricky V. Been in the game for 8 years. When we were making pennies to 6 figures, right? So 8 in the morning comes by. There's people knocking on the door. We open it up, and there's a line of people, like in the hallways, in the elevator. You go downstairs, there's tons of people in the lobby. There's people outside of the hotel. There's people on the freaking roof. There's people on the roof of the hotel, like they were that hungry for opportunity, and that product like disappeared.
It was
like
gone in days. I mean, in
hours.
I
think it was like it was like 3 hours. It was all gone.
Yeah.
And I mean, gosh, that was my first month in network marketing, and I had no idea what networking was. I didn't know what I was doing, but that's the whole point of this Facebook Live is like you don't got to know this stuff, man. You just got to figure it. You'll figure it out along the way.
Yep, say yes and figure it out. So another great story that happened second or third day when we were there. People always talk about getting out of your comfort zone in network marketing. Get out of your comfort zone, right? And there was myself, Ricky, a handful of other people, and a couple of professionals that were with us. And so there was a big group of people, about 45 people coming for a presentation, maybe 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. And it's 5 to 10 minutes before the presentation starts. And the professionals that speak Spanish, now Ricky and I both speak Spanish. I learned Spanish at a young age, so I speak pretty good Spanish. But the professionals that were supposed to do the presentation were gone. And they had gone off to go meet with some different people or something like that. So now we had an audience of 40, 45 people that were there. And I remember Ricky kind of looking at me. He's like, you gotta do this meeting. So here we are, young guys, tons of people, second language, nobody that we know, making $7 in the business. And it's like, here's a whiteboard. So we didn't even have
PowerPoint.
We didn't have a PowerPoint. So we wound up using the sliding glass doors with a marker and just drawing the circles